Our Karoline Leavitt, the youngest and arguably most controversial press secretary in U.S. history, is back in the headlines. But this time, it's not just about what she said. It's about what she wore and what it supposedly means. Today, we're diving deep into why Karoline's little cross necklace has the internet and critics calling her out for hypocrisy. Spoiler alert, this one's messy. Let's get into it. So picture this, Karoline Leavitt standing at a White House press podium and a glimmer of silver dangling around her neck, a cross necklace, a symbol of Christianity, a symbol of faith, humility, truth, and according to her critics, just a prop. On the new Abnormal podcast, co-host Andy Levy didn't hold back. He said, and I quote, "She gets up there and with a cross around her neck, she lies. She violates the 9th commandment about not bearing false witness." Boom! He's basically saying her cross necklace is for display purposes only, not a representation of faith, not a guiding moral compass, just set dressing. So what exactly did Karoline say that triggered all this? She stood up at the podium and linked a man named Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia, a Maryland resident deported to El Salvador, to the MS-13 gang and a horrific 2023 rape murder case. Problem is, there's no solid evidence of that link. None. No criminal conviction, no gang charges, just a deportation and an accusation. But Leavitt framed it as a done deal, and that is where the lying allegations came in. Critics say she used a brutal crime and a grieving family to push a political narrative while knowing full well the facts were shaky at best. And she did it while literally wearing a cross on her chest. You see where this is going. Let's talk about that necklace. A cross isn't just jewelry. For believers, it represents sacrifice, honesty, love, and truth. So when someone wears that symbol and then gets called out for spreading misinformation, people notice. This isn't new. Politicians on both sides love to sprinkle in religious imagery. The Bible in one hand, the mic in the other. But when the actions don't match the aesthetic, hypocrisy alert. Danielle Moody, the podcast co-host, took it even further. She cloaks herself in religion to distract from the fact that she's peddling lies. Basically, she's been accused of using faith as armor, not belief. This isn't Leavitt's first media battle. Let's not forget the CNN mic drop moment where the network literally cut her off mid-interview for attacking the moderators. Now, combine that firecracker energy with her weekly MAGA Minute, a Trump administration video series where she praises conservative wins like lower drug prices and anti-immigration crackdowns. She's loud, she's loyal, and she's laser focused on pushing the Trump 2025 agenda. But critics say, when you preach law and order while misrepresenting cases and facts, especially wearing Christian symbols, it's no longer just politics. It's propaganda in a Sunday suit. Is Karoline Leavitt's cross necklace just a fashion choice? Or a calculated move? Is she a woman of faith or a political actress playing the role of Christian conservative spokeswoman to win hearts, headlines, and votes? Whether you love her or loathe her, one thing's clear. That little necklace is sparking big debates. And if there's one thing Leavitt knows how to do, it's grab attention. But in a game of politics, symbols matter. Words matter. And wearing a cross while breaking commandments might just cost you more than a headline. She's not just lying. She's faith-washing her lies. When you stand at a podium draped in the iconography of morality while spewing talking points with no receipts, that's not boldness. That's blasphemy with a blowout. If you're gonna wear the cross, sis, at least open the Bible once in a while. There's a difference between political spin and flat-out sin. And Karoline might have just crossed that line with her designer necklace swinging in rhythm. When you invoke tragedy to push a policy and lace it with unverified gang ties, that's not journalism. That's a soap opera with border patrols. Funny how morality gets so selective in Washington. One minute it's God bless America. The next is let's fudge the facts for political gain. If Leavitt's gonna use religion as a shield, she better hope nobody asks her to actually live by it. Because that 9th commandment she skipped? Yeah, that one's kind of a big deal. Behind that glinting cross and polished smirk is a woman who knows exactly what she's doing. pushing hot-button narratives to stir fear and votes, not truth. If God's watching, he's probably wondering why his symbol is being used like a PR badge at the Ministry of Misinformation. The way she parades her moral superiority, you'd think she was leading a Sunday school, not a political circus. But the truth is, Karoline's kind of morality comes in a press kit. Shiny, media-friendly, and totally detached from actual values. It's less, what would Jesus do? And more, what would a focus group approve? Her cross necklace doesn't radiate faith. It radiates focus group symbolism. It's cold, calculated, and conveniently placed right where the camera can see it. And if you think that's a coincidence, girl, please, that's PR sorcery with a side of sanctimony. If sin had a stylist, it would hand you a pearl cross and a tailored press briefing. Karoline Leavitt didn't just spin a story. She blessed it, baptized it in bias, and served it to the public with a press pass and a grin. And the worst part? Some folks are eating it up like communion wafers. The cross isn't the message, it's the distraction. While the media gets caught debating her necklace, no one's asking, where's the evidence for the gang ties? Where's the accountability for misusing grief? Where's the line between strategy and shamelessness? Spoiler, she erased it with one silver pendant. In Karoline's version of the gospel, truth bends, morality flexes, and image always comes first. It's not about living the word. It's about wearing it just long enough to survive the news. Cycle, amen, lights, camera, spin. Karoline Leavitt is giving Saint cosplay energy. She throws shade like a champ, bends facts like a yoga instructor, and still manages to flash that little cross like she just stepped out of Bible study. Sis wearing a symbol of grace while weaponizing grief. That's not faith, that's branding. You know how influencers slap a filter on to hide the chaos behind them? That's Karoline's cross, a shiny distraction to blur the mess beneath. It's not a statement of belief, it's a soften the blow of bold-faced spin accessory. The thing about Karoline is, she knows her audience. Faith sells. Morality sells. So what do you do when you're peddling fear? Wrap it in a ribbon of righteousness and hope nobody asks what's inside. Spoiler, it's mostly talking points and zero soul. It's ironic, really. The one piece of jewelry screaming truth is on someone who avoids hard questions, like it's cardio. The press asks for evidence, and suddenly it's let me redirect. Girl, Moses parted the sea faster than you find a straight answer. Karoline doesn't just lie. She lies with the poise of someone who knows the cross will make people hesitate to call her out. It's like gaslighting, but make it gospel. You want to believe her because she's smiling, she's polished, and hey, she looks godly. That's the trick. The cross used to mean something. Now it's just another piece in the political dress-up box. Right next to the flag pin and the fake compassion. And Karoline wears it all like it's fashion week at the Capitol.